Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Tuesday, guys! Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. Got a quick word for you. Tap in. Happy Tuesday, guys! This should be a fairly quick recording, but we shall see where it goes. I just want to press this in someone's spirit, even if it's just one person. I need you to receive this because you receiving this is going to allow certain doors to open because you're going to be free. And that is that person who hurt you, that ex who, I don't know, who cheated on you, that ex who abandoned you, that best friend who was disloyal, that narcissist mother or father who still won't give you answers to why they weren't in your life. We can go on and on and on and on. The individuals who hurt you did not get away scot-free. And see, I think a lot of people feel that way because you haven't heard anything or you haven't seen anything. Let it be maybe you're no longer in contact with them or you just never heard anything. Or when you hear things, you hear about things like, oh, well, I saw such and such, or someone said they saw such and such and they look great and all that stuff. So in your mind, this person has got away scot-free. Listen, when it comes down to God's people, to the chosen ones, anyone knows you do not get away scot-free. Now, again, it's important to still tap back into and be sure that certain things are not caused by your own actions, if you will, right? But I'm speaking about when you've done the right thing. When you've done the right thing and you still were hurt. Do you know, here's what God dropped so heavy in my spirit. The Holy Spirit hit me so heavy in my spirit when I was cooking earlier. The individuals who hurt you, do you know you were their blessing? Do you know the things that they prayed for, right? And you probably don't know, but just in general, their own private time, certain things that they asked God for. They didn't even realize that God was going to do it through you. See, they're surface level. So they were looking at, I don't know, the grass is greener on the other side or X, Y, and Z or whatever. Okay, so they're surface level. But they never knew that you were going to be the blessing because they didn't see that. Sorry, guys, my phone is just crazy. If it ain't one phone, it's the next phone. I have two cell phones, guys, and a house phone, and it's all crazy. I'm sorry. They didn't know that the blessing was going to come through you. But see, that's how God set it up. God is very strategic. So it's almost like, okay, you asked me for this blessing. I'm going to send one of my chosen ones to you in whatever way, shape, or form. I'm going to send one of my chosen ones through you. But I'm not going to tell you that they're going to be the one who opens the door to that particular blessing that you've been asking for. I'm not going to tell you that they're going to be the one who helps elevate you. I'm not going to tell you that because if I tell you that, then you're going to, you know what I mean? You're going to dress it up. It's going to be a facade. No, I want to see how true you are. I want to see how authentic you are. I want to see how pure your spirit is. Because if your spirit is pure, you will recognize my spirit. Because spirits recognize spirits. So if I'm with you, if your spirit is pure, then you can already tap into my spirit to know that my spirit is pure. And when you meet people with pure spirits, right, that's alignment. So you don't let that go, right? Not saying anything is perfect, but you don't let that go. But the reason why they couldn't tap into your spirit is because their spirit was never pure. So they left, you left, they betrayed you, whatever, however it happened. You did the right thing. And here you are sitting there thinking that you have to suffer. They got the upper hand. And here you're going through this and you're all alone and you're this and you're that and they're living their life. Listen, let me tell you, God don't work on your time, right? So they may have had a normal or a happy life 2 years after their betrayal to you. You don't know what next year is holding for them. You don't know what the next 3 years is going to hold for them. And of course, you don't want to like celebrate anybody's downfall. So that's not what this is. It's about the fact that they didn't even realize you were the answered prayer. It was going to happen through you. But now you got to get to the point where you grasp this to know that you are the prize. So you have to shake that thing off because they lost. They lost. So you got to get yourself to the point where you let go of the surface level hurt and this pain, that clinging on to that hurt and that pain, right? And granted, listen, I've been very transparent about forgiveness not being my easy point. And thank God I haven't had to deal with any type of anything that has caused me to have to forgive in a long time. But I'm first to say that forgiveness is not easy. But it can't hold you down for a lifetime. There are people who are still in this state of resentment and anger and animosity for like 20 years. Like, you got to let that stuff go, because if you don't let it go, then they did win. They did win, because now they're controlling your destiny. God is saying to you, listen, you're the prize. I sent you to them, or vice versa. They couldn't appreciate it. They couldn't see it. All right. They messed it up. Right. They messed it up. So now I have destiny for you. I have something 50 times better, but I can't get you there because you're still holding on to this clown or this chick who was soulless and heartless to begin with. So the only way that they're leveling up over you is if they can determine and cut off your destiny, because you can't realize you're the prize. Shake it off, right? Go through your process. Go through your grieving process. But it's time to shake that thing off. They still have control over your life. People like to say things. I hear people say all the time things like, oh, well, I'm over them, or they no longer have, they're no longer a part of my life. Well, yes, they are. Because if they can still control your emotions, if they can still control you to the point that you are afraid to move on, you are afraid to love again, you are afraid to trust again. Granted, again, it's a process, right? You got to go through healing, right? It's a process. But if they can keep you stuck in that hurt and that pain, and you're so afraid to love again, and everybody you meet, you're rejecting them because of what they did, you were the prize. They fumbled the bag. They fumbled the ball. They can be miserable behind those closed doors. So regardless of what you hear and what you see on social media, they could be miserable behind those closed doors. And if the law of attraction or karma didn't hit them this season, you don't know what next. You can be married. You can be in your whole entire destiny on platforms, on TV next season, and they're homeless in that same season. But we're too caught up on what you see now and what you think now. They're living a facade, and they're controlling your life, especially narcissists. They're controlling your life. You got to shake that thing off. You got to understand and change their perspective. God used you. You're the chosen one. You're the prize. You're the gifted one, right? You carry the gifts. You have favor. You have mercy. Anything you touch turns to gold. Period. If I touch it, it turns to gold. So you were presenting that to someone who couldn't even tap into that. So because they couldn't tap into it, they don't even know how to embrace that. So they hurt you in all kind of ways. They hurt you. And now 5 years later, you're sobbing. You're the one who's in this rut. You're the one stuck in quicksand, and they get to live their lives because you're still holding on to this hurt. Change that perspective, boo. Change that perspective, boo. It's so heavy in the spiritual realm that is any day now. The shift is already here. I think God is just... God knows that so well, that he's shifting us piece by piece, right? We're waiting for this boom shift overnight, right? And certain doors will open overnight, right? But the shift is already here. You're already being shifted. And if you're really connected, you feel it. God is just inching you, but you're being shifted. So it doesn't blow your mind, right? So he's shifting you piece by piece, piece by piece, piece by piece. But if you're hitting certain roadblocks, there's something there. You got to ask God, what is it? Am I struggling in the area that I need to be healed in? Is it I'm still holding on to this hurt and resentment from this ex, and I said I let him go. I said I let her go, but what is it? God will show it to you. Ask God to reveal to you your heart. Just listen. Listen. Go ahead and get your edge growth oil. Right? Because he's going to show you some things. And he's going to send you back some places. Right? Go ahead and get your edge growth oil. But whatever. It's worth it. The best revenge is freeing yourself to the point that God can come in, clean you up, heal your little broken heart, elevate you so he can promote you. And when he promotes you, guess who you will be looking down at? Guess who's going to be begging to come back? And you're not going to be petty, right? I wish we could, but you're not going to be petty and be like, I told you so, or you fool you. No, you can't do that, right? You can't do that. But your elevated life is going to be regret because they could have been there with you. And the worst thing you could ever do is even entertain a conversation, right? Listen. Hey, how are you? Girl, you're looking good. You have a great day. God bless you. Period. Why are you entertaining conversations with people who've already shown you who they are? If they've crossed you at lower levels, they've been disloyal at lower levels, right? They didn't keep their word at lower levels. They spoke this game about being so real and just at lower levels. What are they going to do when God elevates you? Pick your head up, bro. Pick your head up, sis. Pick your head up. You're going to miss this shift. You're going to miss this shift if you don't get, you got to get serious right now. Like seriously, I can't express to you guys how I feel like so many people, and this is not for everyone, of course. You would know it's for you because again, everybody knows I think people know where they are, right? But some people are literally already in the shift, and Satan this fool is coming so hard on your temptations. He's coming so hard on these old people trying to find you again. You got to plant your eyes on God, period. If it means shut everything down until you get past this hump. Because he ain't playing fair right now. But you got to keep your eyes locked on what God says. Don't let these people come back around who've already missed their chance with you, right? They've shown you who they are. Believe them. God has something so great, so grand for you in this season that we're currently in and that we're currently going in for some, that you won't even think about the individuals who've hurt you. I wanted to share that with you guys. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.